You know, there was a time when we would judge a president on jobs, wages,
sure,
peace and prosperity. You know, last year, around the world, global terrorism, the number of victims was sliced almost in half, 8,000 from 14,000. ISIS is almost gone. In this country, 2.2 million jobs were created. Last year, we're on a pace to do much better than that this year already. And to put it in perspective, in the first year of George Bush, we lost almost 2 million jobs. In the first year of Obama, we lost over 3 million jobs. So, you know, if we started, if they would focus, and of course they won't because they're ulterior motives, but if they would focus on President Trump, what he's getting achieved, rather than a modus operandi.
They don't want to do that story.
Yeah, right, you know. So, but, you know, I never thought we'd be in a situation where we judge the president on mean tweets, a decade-old affair, and the rate of turnover in staff. I never knew that was sort of the way you measured a president. Well, that was me this morning sharing my take on how the media has ignored President Trump's success and really fails to report on any news that, in my mind, really actually impacts the lives of every American. Has our nation actually set a new and, dare I say, lower standard to measure the success of a president? Back with me now to discuss Beverly Hallberg. All right, Beverly, it was always about jobs and wages and keeping inflation down and global peace and prosperity. Not anymore.
Yeah, I thought it was about the economy, stupid, but it doesn't seem that way anymore. And what I find is, while the media is required to report on job numbers, report on what the stock market is doing, it's the context that they leave out. So even when you look at unemployment numbers, I want to specifically point to black unemployment in this country. It is the lowest it has ever been in this country. Yet there aren't many stories about it at all, except for maybe on your network and a few other news outlets. And the question is why? This is groundbreaking. This is huge. And I think a part of it, of course, is not wanting to prop Trump up in any way. But I think also it points to liberals not wanting to point to conservative policies as the answer. So they choose to avoid it altogether.
They do. And, you know, and of course, on last Friday, when the jobs report was out, we also saw black coming into the labor force spike. But we saw it across the board. I thought the most compelling part of that whole report, outside of the fact that the overall number crushed every estimate out there, 800,000 Americans came back into the workforce. That speaks of some sort of enthusiasm, some sort of magic that sort of, you know, when America thought, or Americans thought, all of us thought that we can get out there and there was an opportunity for everyone. I feel like we lost that for a moment. And perhaps you're right. Maybe ideology comes before everything, but I don't think the media should be that way.
I would agree with you. And even today, we saw pretty much wall-to-wall coverage of Stormy Daniels, the one who has allegations against the president. We saw even about a month and a half ago, a lot was focused on this book called Fire and Fury, many of whom say that it was more fiction than fact at all. Yet you have these amazing policies going on. And even as a small business owner, I can say for other business owners across the country, we see what's going on behind the scenes. And we're excited a lot about these policies. I know rolling back regulation or tax policy, even if some media outlets don't want to cover it, what is real to people is what they see in their paycheck. Yeah. What is real is businesses being able to hire more people. So I think people are smart enough to see what's really going on.
There's no doubt it's palpable and it bypasses the media. I just think they're doing people a disservice who watch them, because maybe that 800,000 could have been 900,000. Maybe it could have been 1 million. Maybe more people would have been enthusiastic about what's going on out there if they only didn't hear bad news or bad rumors or scuttlebutt, because some of it's not even really news.
And I will admit, bad news does sell, so these networks are doing what they think their viewers want. And I will say, in addition to that, I don't think Donald Trump always helps himself with the tweets he sends out. He often does tend to cover the news with news stories instead of focusing on some policy issues. Yeah. So I would like to see the president, as well as sometimes stop some of the tweets that get the coverage and focus on the good policies like tax reform that you have pushed forward. This is a huge achievement, and that's what people want to hear.
Absolutely. And I know that the whole bad news thing and sells. I'm thinking about the old ABC Wide World of Sports, starting my show with that, with the guy, the agony of defeat. People love watching that guy tumble down the ski thing. Beverly, have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.